What positive habits should every entrepreneur form, regardless of what type of work, size, or industry they come from? I'm not sure if the positive habit has to tie to the business itself or or personal. So I'll give one of each for my personal thing, because it's super tough to give these answers that is like, oh, you should do this or you would do this, because what works for me may not work for you. And I think that's one of the most important thing in entrepreneurship, is that you're always gonna get naysayer. You're always gonna get the advice guy, right? The guy was like, oh, you should do this, you should do that, and you look at them and say, well, what have you accomplished? And why are you telling me that? So I try not to do that too much. But with that said, what I do, that the two habits that I have that I think is important and help me a lot, is that personally, to have an outlet. Um, for me, that's exercising. I actually picked up exercising just 2 years ago. When I was in high school, I was a swimmer, but my sports since college consists of beer pong, and that's about it. So I didn't really pick up sport until 2 years ago, and it's a result. I was at an Inc. 5000 conference, and I was, as after a long night of drinking and partying with other entrepreneurs, we're hanging out in the lobby at like 3 or 4 in the morning. We're having Chinese food because that's the only store that would deliver to the hotel at that time, and I was whining again. I was whining to a buddy of mine and a mentor of mine. Really, his name is Rich, and I was telling him about how busy I was, how business was stressful, and how just everything. It's just tough. It's the tough life, right? The tough life of entrepreneurship. And he looked at me, and he said this to me. He says, Michael, everything you're telling me is life. What are you doing to live? And I kind of paused for a second, and I looked at him, and then it's pretty silly, but I looked at him and I was thinking, man, here this guy is. He is old enough to be my dad. He's got a company that's 10 times the size of my popsicle stand. And he's also got a wife, and he's, matter of fact, he's got 3 kids. I don't even have any kids. He's got a wife that he's happily married to, and 3 kids super involved with, and he looks better than me. And that irked me, right? I was thinking, man, because one of the things I was whining about was how I was so busy and I was getting fat because I was not exercising. So then I humbly I asked him, hey, you know what can I do to get started? And he says, you know what, Mike, it sounds super cheesy, but start with P90X. And that's kind of how I got started. I woke up at 5 in the morning for 90 days, and I exercised, and that just completely changed my world. It became an outlet for me, away from business, away from family. It's kind of my own personal time that I can really not stress about anything else in the world, and just really focus on improving myself. And really, you're so tired from it that it just cleared your mind, and it's fantastic. So ever since then, I picked up biking, swimming, running. I did my first triathlon a month ago. I CrossFit now, and again, it doesn't matter what form of exercising that I did. It served. It's just a great habit. One, I'm healthier. Two, I'm more energized. And three, it served as that 1 hour a day that allowed me to clear my mind, and then really get rid of a lot of the head trash that gets built up in your head, and just focus on, come back to work just more energized and more focused on what's truly important. The second habit that I would say from every entrepreneur should pick up is that you got to look at your numbers. It doesn't matter the type of work. It doesn't matter the size or the industry that you're in. You have to look at your numbers. And I don't care if that means, you're doing it yourself, you're getting someone else to do it, or or you hire someone like us, or you hire an in-house accountant. It doesn't matter who you hire or what you do. It doesn't matter if you're on a spreadsheet or you're on this super cool, complex, expensive accounting system. Look at your numbers. I mean, don't buy into the head trash that all entrepreneurs say out there of, oh man, we're killing it. Oh, my numbers just don't show it because we're reinvesting, or we're in stealth mode, or I'm not worried about profit, or like that's a load of crap. If you don't have profit, you're not gonna live another day to achieve whatever vision it is that you have set out to achieve. And it doesn't matter what stage you are. It doesn't have to be complicated. Even if you tell me, Michael, I only do about, we just started out. We're doing $100,000 a year. I'm not going to pay an accountant $50,000. Great, don't do it. But keep track of it. Even look in the bank statement. Do a spreadsheet. Look at your top line. Look at your bottom line. Are you growing that top line? Your job, you're right. I agree with you. You don't need to spend money on accounting, but you should be out there selling. You should grow that top line to where you can afford someone. And you got to be monitoring. You got to be monitoring that. And one thing that we find out that is if you want something done, you measure it. And if you ever just shine that little spotlight on that one or two metrics, don't go complicated. I mean, accountants will tell you, oh yeah, run this crazy spreadsheet. I'm going to break it down into, percentage and profit and by segment. That's a load of crap. Keep it simple. Keep accounting simple. Keep numbers simple. Pick pick 5 business goals that you're going to focus on for the year. Pick 5 numbers that's going to tell you if you're hitting those goals, and just focus on those 5 numbers, and you will get better. Just simply by doing that, you will get better.